The only ruling of the actual challenge is the fact that I've got to complete a certain amount of miles on a certain craft in a certain time. Obviously I'll try and break it and carry on going. I don't have to specifically go around the Isle of Wight, you know, the idea is just to complete the distance and the time, but I think half of the mission, half of the fun of it would be to lap the Isle of Wight as many times as I can. We're using Bear Grylls' jet ski, the same one that holds the record of going around the UK. The jet skis from Sea-Doo, and they're really reliable. I have full faith in the engineering that's gone on in my jet ski. Not too much needs to be done. Just given a good servicing, change the oil, all the basic stuff, that should last me out. The engines are, like I said, really reliable and really good. I have a tracker system put on me, so it'll be linked up to a website where you'll be able to see me live every few seconds and see my progress, see what speed I'm doing, my average, whereabouts I am, and so anyone who wants to make a bet for £2 on what time I'll get can see my progress, and also it gives solid evidence that I've done the thing. I wanted to do something which would shine a little light on what I'm doing down here and involve in teaching a lot of kids and getting people enthusiastic about learning to do water sports and using it as quite an inspiring platform to develop your skills and develop your life, especially for the young ones. And I also found that especially anything in the marine industry, dealing with the water, especially being in the water as water sports, it's very therapeutic, especially for the disabled groups, kids with behavioural problems, and basically kids that never get that sort of experience and will never be able to afford it and have a lifestyle that is far the extreme the other way, you know. I think it's really important to plug it and make sure that these kids get opportunities to come and get involved with these things. And that's why I was very much behind the Prince's Trust, because they're very supportive. They also do a huge amount of support for young kids and getting them active, getting them involved with activities. It's quite important to do a challenge like this to highlight that it's not that difficult to get on your horse and start a business, or whether you want to do something in the industry. If you haven't got the qualifications and you have never afforded the opportunity, you can still get in there, you can still do it. Doing this challenge, it's all come about from being prepared and being in a position to do it through my business, and so it's led up to this point, and now I could have hopefully try and raise money and give it back again. I go out on the water, windsurf, wakeboard, kiteboard, keep that up. I mean, I've been around the island on a jet ski, and I know the spots. So yeah, I definitely feel like I know the island and know where I'm going, but yeah, not at night necessarily. At two ends of the islands we have the two tides that meet, really, and we get standing waves, and it gets really quite choppy there. And sometimes, especially when there's strong tide on and a good swell coming in as well, it can really kick up a fuss on each end. So really that's it. There's the 2 points either side. That's your kind of Yarmouth and the Bembridge Ledge. You've obviously got the traffic. You got quite a lot of movement in the Solent. A lot of tankers, a lot of boats. It's all about the weather. If it's flat, it should be fairly comfy. It's going to be a bit mindless. It will be quite difficult. I mean, especially at night, now going around the Isle of Wight, navigating it and keeping it safe is going to be quite difficult. I think it's just the mindless endurance of it. I mean, physically it will be a little bit, especially if it's a bit rough and quite a bit of chafing, but otherwise it's not too bad. Well, I like to think it's not going to be too bad, but you'll surely see, I have great confidence. I'm sure I'll break before before the jet does.